Alright guys, next day I'm gonna try to be fast in case my phone wants to be silly. I left my camera at home. But you wanna put these bolts on. When you're putting them on, I'd get a Q-tip and I'm gonna use this, so this will work for you. I need a spark plug grease anyway for my spark plug boots. But you only just put a little bit of grease right here on the top. I'll show you in the next clip. But for me, a 15mm is the perfect size, and I'll show you why right now. Alright, so just got a little bit of grease in there. And you take the bolt, set it like this, and I should be able to just use the socket to press it over. Good. Oh man, it takes some force, man. Wow. 1 minute, but man, that hurt. Dang, look, I was pushing so hard, I peeled the paint off my nut with my hand. Ow! Yeah, keep it on the cardboard. But yeah, use a socket, but with a rag on top of it. You're gonna hurt your fingers, your hand. I'm gonna do that to the rest of these, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna tap these guys in later. Alright, I got the rag. Oh, I don't got a bolt. Teeny bit more grease on this guy. Got the bolt. Got it. Now I got a rag for the socket. Ow. Gee. Bent sideways because the cardboard broke in. I freaking sprained my thumb. We warmed the rubber up with a hairdryer.
But don't forget, it's 3 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And these just got brought in a little while ago.
It's been an hour.
But still,
yeah. An hour inside and warming them up, and with the grease, it's still hard. I gotta like rotate while doing it. Alright guys, now I'm outside. Thank God we have this tent and that heater, because this is the worst time possible. Like, because it's bad to be doing this in the cold. Look, you can kind of see the frost on my valves because they're open. But yeah, anywho, that's fine because I'm just about to throw my valve cover on. I'm cleaning the surfaces with the razor blade, making sure nothing falls into there. And I only used acetone up here to wipe down the dust. Same up here, I just took the razor like this and went very lightly, cleaned it all off. I'm gonna vacuum this stuff out before I pull the paper towels out, while I'm pulling them out too, just so I make sure I don't get nothing in there. And back here is the only tricky part of like scraping and stuff. So I'm gonna finish scraping the back and we'll be able to throw it on hopefully real fast. And I'll clean that before I connect it to the throttle body. Anywho, I'm gonna get to it because I didn't really see how. Look at that. It's frosty out here, y'all. I'm gonna get to it. I don't want any of that to like get damaged. Let's do it. Alright guys, it's all cleaned up. And my plenum gasket, that's what they call this top one. It's called a plenum gasket. It's inside, so I'm gonna go run inside, get it. Probably bring the valve covers out with it. And we'll get started on her. I'm excited. Alright guys, when you install this, the seals, you want them to stick up the same way they were when you pulled them out. And that's because this part of the tube seal wraps around the tube ring, the tube for the spark plug. And the easy way to pound these suckers in is with a mallet. Make sure you got a towel under, and you want a big enough socket that fits around this ring. But if it fits right on the ring, that'll be okay. You just want to make sure it seats in there nice and smooth and good. So I'll show you that. Alright guys, so I made sure, since this one's a little bit off, I went around like this, slowly making sure it goes in. And that's what it looks like when it's really in there. Kind of see how it concaves into the rubber. Same with this guy. See, nice and low seated compared to this guy. That's what you want, and that's how it looks before. And I'd recommend go on like a concrete floor, put some towels under it, tapping these guys on. And I want to show one more time how I did it. I don't have my tripod, but I have this old one that's in here. There's like a small metal ring in this gasket, this tube seal. You see right there? Sitting in there nice and good, just like these guys. Now I'm gonna do the other valve cover. These guys came out real good. I'm happy. Okay guys, so you want to get this Honda/Acura PCV grommet assortment, because if you got a new PCV valve, chances are your rubber is bad. Now this is just one extra one that was in here that is gonna happen to work. It's nice and snug, moves a teeny bit, but I'm sure once that PCV valve's pushed into there, it won't move that much. And I could always replace that later, but I think it's gonna be perfectly fine. Again, look for this at your Advance Auto. These are all looking good. I want to find this one, look. This is, when it's down, because look, you hit it one more time while it's like that, it'll cut it. And I seen that little gash and I'm like, oh crap, I'm not gonna hit it again, I'll mess it up. Anyway, we're gonna start by putting the back one in. And once I got that PCV valve gasket, now I'm gonna put this gasket in. And I'm pretty sure they're exact same. I mean, they're shaped the same, so we'll see. Alright, gaskets are in, and just like I said, there's only one way to put them in. Both the gaskets are the same. Make sure this flappy guy is at the bottom. Really the top. But just letting this heater go, because like I said, it looked like it was getting some condensation. I just wanted it to warm up so the condensation's gone. And yeah, I think I'm gonna put the back valve cover on first. Should be easy. I just have to move this out of the way. And yeah, my dad was looking at that. I'm like, God damn it. Might just vacuum it before I do anything. Oh, and I need my plenum gasket inside. Hey guys, this is very important. So I'm trying to pry this guy off, and I'm like, why won't it come off on the bottom? Well, there's a screw down there. So I loosened it up a little, and yep, sure enough, that's what's holding it on there. So when you guys are trying to remove your gasket on the inside of the throttle body spacer, you remove that screw. Now I'm gonna remove this, and you know what? I'm not the type of guy to just leave a dirty mess, and I just hate hearing my dad go, "Sheesh, God, geez, damn," because of this, because of that, because of that. I'm like, come on, man. You know I like to clean. I'm gonna clean it. So I'm gonna engine degrease that, and then I'm gonna pull this guy off, get those gaskets on there correctly, and clean off the surface. Now I'm just using a flat razor, like I did on the other surfaces. Just lightly rub it, and I'm using acetone to clean it up, because it cleans real nice, this acetone, man. So now I'm gonna start pulling this gasket off. Oh hell yeah, right on camera. That's what I was hoping for, man. Woo. So I'm hoping either I can peel it all up and have some light razor scraping. Oh yeah, sweet. Save me some time. Yeah, I gotta clean that, and then I gotta clean the gasket material off of this guy. Check out those channels. And then I'm gonna clean inside there with my some carb cleaner. Maybe I'll be faster, yo. Let's see. I'm going to show you guys this. I put a little bit of that grease on the O-ring so it slips right over the tubes and I don't have to force it. So now I'm going to put it on. There. Hey guys, got the back valve cover in and it's sitting good. Now all I gotta do is put the PCV valve in. Now what you want to do, the tightening order is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you do that. Snug this one, then snug this one, number 3, 4, and then 5. And once you have them snug, it's 8.7 foot-pounds. And my torque wrench is a little off. I didn't trust it, so I just put it at 5 torque pounds. And I'm just gonna check it next time. If you guys don't know your torque specs, just snug it up. That's all you gotta do. Just snug it up. That's the safest way not to mess anything up. Now, we're throwing the front valves on. You can see, you can't see any more of that little bit of condensation. I think we'll be good. So yeah, I'm gonna get the top valve cover, the front one, and we're gonna throw the front on. Woo! Dad cleaned this puppy for me while I was gone. Cleaned my power steering. I'm lucky my dad's helping me, y'all. Anywho, I'll record a little bit after I got it on and I'll tell y'all what I meant by the order. Alright, so grease helped get the tube. Make sure the tube is inside the rubber and make sure none of the rubber is coming over this little seal, this little lip right here, because if so, then you're just gonna get oil back in your spark plug tube hole and then you would have done this for nothing. So I just looked around, they all look good, and the front's a lot easier than the back one because you can actually see where you're supposed to go in and start threading. But yeah, once you get it seated on there, make sure this isn't in the way. Make sure that ain't in the way, and make sure you get under this right. And you'll know you're straight when you got all these lined up. So just lightly put them in and thread them. And then once you got them all in, then you can start tightening. I'll show you guys the tightening order again. It's 1. So I'm going to tighten this just a little. 2. Tighten him until he stops. You see it stop spinning. 3. Tighten him until it stops spinning. Okay. And then 4, 5. That's the tightening order. Okay, like I said, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look, I'm just gonna go until the guy stops spinning. He stops spinning, so he's snug enough. And I'll go to this one. And you'll see that silver part stop spinning once it's a little tight. And once it's that tight, that's when I switch to my ratchet and I do the same thing. 1. Just tighten it until it feels a little snug. 1, 2. Just tighten until it's a little snug. Then 3. Tighten it until it's a little snug. 4. Little snug. And once that's done, go to number 5 and snug. And again, if you guys don't know the torque specs, just get a good arm tight, so when you're gonna break it loose, you just have to go oof and break it. Not break the bolt, break it loose. Now I'm gonna take the torque wrench and make sure those are torqued. Alright, she's torqued. Now, plenum gasket. Again, clean this off before you guys do it. So now I'm going to put the plenum gasket on now. She's looking good, guys. Alright, and when you put your plenum gasket on, there's really only one way to put it on. Oops. And that way is like this. Oh, check that out. I didn't even know it splits open like that. That's cool. But yeah, there's only one way you can put this guy on, is by putting it on the studs. And there's, like I say, look, there's only one way this gasket works, and that's if you put it on the studs. And look, now you have it. Good. Now we're going to throw the intake on top. It's the only angle I can put my camera right now. Alright. Okay. Trying to move the throttle out the way because I don't have the gaskets on it yet, but she's sitting good. Woo! Look at that, yo, look at that. Alright, now I'm gonna put these nuts on and then I'll number them so you guys know the tightening order. There was a spot I had to touch it up on here, pretty sure it's on this side, but when I sprayed some on it, the gold reacted to the clear coat I put on yesterday, and it went on there dark. But yeah, anyway, don't forget you get 2 washers over here, the nuts. Here we go. Don't forget this guy goes right here, and you put 2 washers on top before you put the nuts. I'm gonna do some more and then I'll show you guys what I meant by the tightening order. Dang, y'all, this is the only bad spot. Can't tell, you can see the little smudge. Just a teeny bit. I accidentally touched my finger while I was wet. I seen it in silver over there, so I touched it up. But I'm gonna throw this spacer on with its gasket first, and I'll show you guys which one. When I took the gasket out, this one's pretty obvious. Look at that, that's like a perfect fit. So this one goes like this because this side face outward, and that hole right there, that's where the Phillips head goes. So I'll show you that right now. Hey guys, same reason why I cleaned that before I put this on is because you have way more room. So I recommend putting that screw on before you even put this on if you're doing the gaskets. And yeah, but for now I'm gonna go grab a stubby screwdriver so I can tighten that screw down there. Alright, now we're gonna put this guy on, and obviously it only goes on one way, and you want to make sure the way you put it on it matches matches the holes. So let's see, slide it back, and you can see it's off on that side and it's off on that side, so I'm gonna flip it around. There we go. Now you see these little holes on the side, they match perfect with those indents. Now, since those line up, and I got this gasket on there, there's only one way to put that gasket on, and I tightened that as tight as I could get it. I got it real snug because you don't want that rattling out. Anywho, now I'm gonna put that on there, but I still want to tighten that first, so I'm gonna just slide it on for now. Alright guys, now we're getting to the tightening order. I marked it for you guys so you can see better. Here's number 1, then 2, then 3's over here, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. I couldn't really mark 8, but I'll throw the picture that I followed on screen right now. and then I'll show you again. So 1, tighten 1 down so it's tight, then 2, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in this corner, 8, and of course this last one over here would be 9. Once those are all snugged, then you want to get those to 16 foot-pounds, and I'll show you how to set it on the torque wrench. If you don't know what 16 foot-pounds is, it's real snug. Because these guys, they're 8 foot-pounds, and I believe me, they are snug. So now I'm going to tighten these up 16 foot-pounds. I want to show you guys how to set the torque wrench. So you see right there, there's kilograms, this side's foot-pounds. And before you set it, you want to loosen this nub, and then you look at it, you see how the zero's lined up with the 5? That means it's on 5, and we want 16 foot-pounds, so we'll turn it. Once the 0 lines up with that bottom mark heading up to the 10, that's 10 foot-pounds. So I'm going to make the 0 hit the 15, so that would be closest, 15 right there, and go up 1. Now mine's a little off, but usually when it's on 0, this rim lines up with that bottom line. So I'm going to go to 1, and then once I get to 16, I tighten the sucker. And when you tighten them with the torque wrench, you want to go in the tightening order. Once it clicks twice, it's good. Click. I can't explain how excited I am. I waited about 5 months to do this. What is wrong with me? Look at that. I got a few grease marks from my hands, but I'll wipe those off soon. Alright. All these are torqued, 16 foot-pounds. And now I'll put on the top nuts on this guy and put the bolts in the bottom down here. I'm gonna look in my book for you guys, and I'll find the torque specs for these. Okay, I was about to put these on, but Dad said, why ain't you gonna clean that? And, well, I didn't think about it. Dad's just using some acetone and what kind of brush?
The wire brush.
Look at that. Oh, you see the difference.
Is it catching it on the bottom? It's good already, don't it?
Yes, it does. Just a little bit of scrubbing with acetone. These top nuts are the nuts and the bolts are 16 foot-pounds as well. I couldn't believe it. Giving an update. Painting the battery tray army green. It's tank green, really. That's what the color says. I'm gonna go get the wire rail so I can take care of that rust in there. I'm gonna paint this lid gold. We got these painted gold. They're looking good. Good, looking good. Alright, now I put the sensor back on, and when you put the PCV valve tube, it goes under here, and that's why this little cushion's there, so you don't, so the wire don't heat up. That's where it goes, because that's the way it's shaped. Come to this side, make sure to hook him back there again, and the other end goes on to the PCV valve. So make sure you get those on there. I just went ahead and threw the clip on since it's right here. Just clipped him right back on. And once I do that, I'll get this guy back on once I get the cold air intake in. I mean the air intake. I still need to torque these guys down, so I'll probably do that right now. Torque these guys down to 16 foot-pounds. I also painted it, if you can't tell. Now we could connect these hoses back here. I'm gonna look at my picture, but I'm pretty sure this bottom one that goes down there, he connects on this side. This one connects up here, and then where's that line? I couldn't find the hose. It was sitting right in front of me. This hose that goes to the brake booster is the one that goes over right here. So, ow, I almost blew my knee out. But yeah. So big one goes up there. The one that goes from back there, that can goes up here. And then this short guy, you can see it's already bent to go right there. Don't make sure not to forget your clamps. I need to slide this guy over. I got this one, like I said earlier. These guys don't go on until that cold air intake is on. This hose down here goes into the intake. Alright, so I'm gonna clamp that, and I should be good there. Should be good, then I'll do the air intake. This guy goes above, so yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and throw the air intake on there, because everything's pretty much done. I just need to put the spark plug boots back in, and put the spark plug boot brackets, and that's it. I'm excited, guys. I painted my dipstick gold, and that's my tranny dipstick. I'm just about to paint my oil dipstick completely gold. So that's coming. There's the mounts. Me and Dad cut right along the edge and right along this edge. That way we could see more of the valve cover back there. So I'm gonna jump onto that, guys. Like I said, 16 foot-pounds for that guy. Make sure your lines are connected, and I'll show you what it looks like afterwards, so you make sure everything's good before you start the engine. So like I said, this hose connects here, connected back to the valve cover. That hose, I found it was down here. When you're trying to fit your wire, your spark plug wires back in here, I recommend just unplugging the boot, putting the wire back, then plug the boot back in. I'm gonna be putting some spark plug boot grease, just a teeny bit on the inside. You can see the old dried grease, but that's just so my boots don't get stuck. That line I showed you was hanging over here. Put it right here. This wire goes back behind that. This tube goes in the little holders. It's all looking good. That's tight. That's tight. And the spark plug holders are tight. I just need to throw the front one on, and I'll show you how much grease I have on the inside. She's ready to start. Guys, we're wrapping it up. That's how much grease I put in there. You just want to put the grease on the walls right at the end. You don't want to go back down here. Just right at the front. Okay. And I mean, you really can't put this on wrong. These wires tuck into here after you get them in. And before you put your spark plug bolts in, push them down. Make sure they're sitting on there nice and tight. Now we can throw the 6mm Allens back on. These just gotta be snug, guys. Alright guys, all the spark plugs are in. All I need to do is throw my oil dipstick in, and I'm gonna clean up this mess before I even start the car. And oh yeah, I need to put this guy on. That's about it. Everything's looking good. I might just wipe my spark plug boots down again because they look a little dirty. But yeah, there she is, y'all. Your painted power steering cap. Next is that. Now I'm just gonna, like I said, double check everything, like right there. I'm gonna put that guy back in, and then we'll come back, guys. All right, guys. Now I'm off to see about that spare. The guys that bought it from me answering their phone. Yep. Now I'm gonna turn this heater off. Reservoir is full. Engine oil's good. Brake fluid's good. Power steering fluid's good. It's a go. I'm a starter now. But first I'm gonna get my car cleaned up because I need to go dump this coolant when I'm finished. Once I'm done doing all this. Alright. Okay. Finally. And take that heater in, turn that heater off, and we're gonna start this puppy. What'd you say it was? Negative 11 earlier? Go, guys. Next is the tension pulley, because I hear that sucker knocking every once in a while. Shoo! That is clean. You guys want to be like us? Subscribe. We don't ever stop. Look, my strut bar was beat up. I painted it. Power steering beat up. Painted it. Booster black. Painted it. Well, now, just let her warm up and take it for a ride, huh? Everyone think Rezzerected Dad. Sweet. I am happy. It's running good, running good. Alright, y'all. V6 Accord. I'm gonna do a quick walk around in the snow. This is my baby right here. Now that I've done all that gold and green on the inside, I'm definitely gonna paint that guy gold when it's nice out. Man, imagine how she'd look if I had the sport rims on. Sweet. I'm still bummed out about my tire. I'll get it fixed. I could ride around on a spare for at least a day or two. But if you guys enjoy these videos and you want to see more on the Honda Accord 02 and 94, subscribe. For real though, subscribe guys, because we got to get our channel big. We'll be as big as Boosted Boys, and we'll be boosting our stuff too. I just got to learn. You learn as you go. Let's just get one more look. One more look at this pretty engine.